What's going on, guys? Hunter here with Goodman Lawn Care. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're not subscribed, you need to go ahead and subscribe, because I was looking at my analytics the other day, and surprisingly, about 93% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. That just blows my mind. So that being said, if you're one of those 93% that's not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's bring that percentage down a little bit. Let's get some more people subscribed. And go ahead and smash the like button, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a good video. Got the mini excavator here. We're about to do a 100-hour review on this machine. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it, my likes, my dislikes, and tell you just a little bit about it. So we'll roll the intro and get into it. All right, guys, this is my Kubota U25 Mini excavator. If you hadn't seen the video on it that I did earlier, I'll give you a quick little walk around on it, but I recommend going and watching that video. I gave you a pretty good detailed walk around. I actually got on it and used it a little bit. I'll link that video down below. And then also I did a video on it here recently where I was using the hydraulic thumb to pick up brush piles and dig up stumps and trees and stuff. So I recommend watching that video too. I'll link it down below in the description also. So let's get into it. I'll give you a quick little walk around of this machine real quick before we get started, tell you some specs, and then I'll give you my full review on it as of 100 hours. So this is the U25 and it has zero tail swing. So that's kind of the biggest thing about this machine, is a zero tail swing. If you don't know what I mean by tail swing, I'll show you real quick. Hop on it. All right, so zero tail swing means no matter which way I turn this machine, the back of the cab will never go over that track. It'll never, I can park right at this track right up against the house, and the only thing I have to worry about hitting the house will be the boom. The cab will never come past this track. So that's what zero tail swing means. If you're not familiar with it, now you know. This unit weighs 5,600 pounds, I believe. It's either 5,600 or 6,000. Either way, it's right in that range somewhere. It's a, of course, it's a diesel. You probably knew that. That was stupid. 7-gallon tank on it. This is where you put your diesel in right there. Gas, diesel, hydraulic fluid in that tank. I did get the unit with a hydraulic thumb on it. You can get it without. I've mentioned this in videos though. If you get a mini excavator, get the hydraulic thumb. It's not that much more, and you won't regret it, because if you don't get this hydraulic thumb, all you can do with this machine is dig and do a little bit minor grade work with it, with a blade of course. But I mean, if you get the hydraulic thumb, and it spans your usability of this thing to so many things. Like I use it for firewood over there. I use it to dig up tree stumps. I use it to pull up trees, pull up shrubs. I mean, you can do so many things, so much more with that hydraulic thumb than you can with just a bucket. All right, so now that you know a little bit about the machine, you kind of know the specs of it, you kind of know the weight, you kind of know the zero tail swing. This machine has 101 hours on it, and I'm kind of going to talk about my likes and dislikes on this machine. So I'll start off with what I don't like about it, and then I'll tell you what I like about it. So one of the things that I don't necessarily love about it, and none of this is a deal breaker for me. This machine is exactly what I thought it was going to be when I bought it. Everything's, you know, fits what I need, but there are some critiques. So probably the number one thing is the blade. This blade is a stationary blade, which means it only moves up and down. It's not the 6-way blade. It don't tilt, you know, it won't turn. It goes up and down, and that's it. So really this blade is more or less just for balancing the machine and keeping it balanced whenever you're digging and stuff. That's about all you can do with the blade. You can do a little bit of minor grade work with it, but nothing too crazy. Somebody better than me might can, but I'm not real good with it. But also another thing I don't necessarily love about it And this is, like I said, this is part of the deal with this machine. You get this machine, you kind of know what you're getting into. It has zero tail swing on it, so it's a little bit smaller of a machine. So when you got the machine sitting like this and you go to dig, which you're never supposed to dig like this, but there are some rare occasions where you don't have a choice, it's a little tippy. And even if you dig with the blade behind you and dig that way or dig this way, it's still a little tippy. It's just kind of the lightweight of this machine. It's just this machine, it's just what it is. So those two critiques have nothing to do with the machine itself. Those two critiques are just what you're getting into when you buy this machine. I'm just pointing that out there. I'll cut it off real quick so you can hear me a little better. So like I said, those two critiques are nothing to do with the machine itself. That's just kind of the things that two things that, you know, I just wanted to point out to you. That way if you ever get one, you kind of know what you're getting into. So let's see, I'm gonna hop on here real quick. So one of the critiques that I do have, and there again, it might be just this machine, I'm not sure, but I want to show you this. So I don't know, you know, I don't know a whole lot about these machines other than the one I have, but typically the hydraulic thumb you would think would be on one of these joysticks right here. So if anybody wants to take a guess on where you run the hydraulic thumb, go ahead and take your guess now, because I doubt you're going to guess it. It's a foot pedal. So, okay, I have no problem with that. The problem I do have with it is, all right, so say you close that hydraulic thumb right there. All right, now you have to keep pressure on that thumb for it to hold whatever you're holding. If you don't, it doesn't have enough force pushing down for that thumb to hold down on what you're holding. So meaning, if I grab a log with that, all right, say I grab a log, say I have a log in there right now. I let off, so I'm pressing down on it. If I let off of it like that, if I lift this thing up, the weight of that log is gonna push that thumb out and the log is gonna fall out. Whatever I'm holding in there is gonna fall out if it has enough pressure. So that's one critique I don't necessarily love about this machine. I don't know if that's every machine or if that's just mine or this model or what, but that's one thing I don't love, is having to hold my foot on that to hold whatever I'm holding. And it sounds like that because I have it idled down, but you know, that's what it sounds like when I have it idled up. But that is one thing I don't necessarily love about that. It's not a deal breaker, it's not nothing I can't handle, but that is one of my problems with it. Another thing that I don't necessarily absolutely just love about this machine is it doesn't have the foot pedals on it. So the only way to drive this machine is with your hands right here. So you have to have your hands right here and your other hand on something else. I wish I could do it hands-free and have one hand on this joystick and one hand on that joystick, but it doesn't have the foot pedals. So what I'm eventually going to do is I'm going to get foot pedals for this machine. I think I can buy some that just snap on right there and make it work. I think they work for this machine. So that is something that I think can be fixed, but I'll give you an update on that as I go. But as far as dislikes, that's about all the dislikes I have on this machine. I mean, other than that, it does exactly what I need it to do, and it's a very, very good machine. So I've told you what I don't like about it. Now I'm going to tell you the good stuff. I'm going to tell you what I absolutely love about this machine. So one thing I absolutely love about this machine, if you get an excavator, get the rubber tracks. The rubber tracks is where it's at. So I can track across a yard, unless it's just extremely, I'm talking like soggy, like swampy wet, I can track across just about any yard and you'll never know I'm there the next day. Makes no ruts unless you cut it real sharp. It doesn't make ruts. These rubber tracks are very, very good. They don't leave any tracks in the yard. That's one thing I love about this machine. Another thing I love about the machine is the zero tail swing. I told you about that earlier, but I wanted to bring it up. That is a huge, huge deal for me because I do a lot of landscape work. As you know, I do a lot of work in flower beds around houses, right in tight areas. I don't have to worry about the back of the machine. Any other machine that has the tail swing on it, the tail swing is going to come out you know, right here or even further. And you can't do what I can do with this machine. I can get right up next to a house, park that track. The track can be touching the brick on the house, and that cab will never touch the house. That's one thing I absolutely just love about this machine. So that's one of my biggest things. Not sure what's going on with my dogs over there. Another thing I love about this is the reach. I can reach, I forget how far it is. It might be, I can't remember, but I can reach really, really far with this boom. This boom has a lot of reach on it, but this is a negative thing I forgot to mention. I didn't mention it until I said that. With the reach that you get a lot of reach on it, but you lose a little bit of torque. You lose a good bit of torque with the reach. And like I said, that's not anything against this machine, because they have a 27. I think it's either a U27 or a K27 or something that Kubota makes. That's a step up from this one, or it's basically this one, but it has a shorter boom with more torque. So you lose the length, but you gain the torque. So depending on what you want, you might want to look into the 27, you might want to look into the 25. I don't know, just do some research on it. But that is one thing I wanted to point out, is with the long boom, you do lose some torque. But like I said, for me, not a deal breaker. Everything, this machine does exactly what I need it to do. I can rip out shrubs, I can dig up stumps. I can do just about anything with this machine that I would need to do. Another thing that I love about this machine, I'll hop back on it real quick so I can show you. So this pedal, as you know, works the hydraulic thumb, and you have another pedal right here. This pedal turns the boom. I'm gonna idle it up a little bit. Turns the boom, I believe it's 120 degrees either direction. So I can turn the boom this way, or I can turn it back that way. All right, so now check this out. I can still use the boom however I need to, just like that. So if I'm working up next to a building, I'm trying to dig a trench, all I gotta do is trim that boom in just like that, and I can dig it however I need to dig, do whatever I need to do. And that's one thing I absolutely love about this machine. Really, really neat, handy thing. I'll put it back straight so y'all can see. So that's about, I believe it goes about 120 degrees that way. That is one super cool thing I love about this machine. And y'all might be thinking, well, that's on every machine. Well, I didn't know about it till I got mine, and I love it. So the blade, I do love this blade. Like I said, it's not a tilt blade, but for scraping out flower beds, building walkways and stuff that I do, that blade is awesome. This whole machine is really just a really great machine. Those are the things that I like and that I dislike about this machine. I'm sure I'll think of something here in a minute. We'll walk around and just kind of give you a walk around of it, and while I'm thinking. And a lot of Kubota does have some models with the retractable tracks on them, I think, and mine's not one of those, but I think they do make some excavators that have tracks that you can suck them in, or you can put them back out for when you're using them. That way you can go through a tight space or whatever. And so pretty neat stuff. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all my likes and dislikes versus this machine. All right, so final thoughts on my U25 Mini excavator by Kubota. So do I recommend this machine? Yes, 100% recommend this machine. It's awesome. You can't beat Kubota. I love it. Now, who do I recommend this machine for, and who do I not recommend this machine for? So let's get into that. So if you're going to be doing flower beds, if you're going to be doing a little bit of firewood like I do, just nothing crazy with it, and if you're going to be doing like, you know, minor dirt work, digging trenches, you know, even a little bit of like minor tree work with this thing, you could do that too. Ripping up flower bed, ripping up shrubs, digging up stumps, like smaller stumps, and any kind of light duty work, this machine will excel in that. I mean, it does awesome on that kind of stuff. But if you're going to be doing, like, I'm talking like 30-inch stumps and freaking you know, monster oak trees like those over there, and you're going to be, you know, ripping out like huge boulders and, you know, doing stuff, this is not the machine for you. This machine is a light duty machine. It weighs 6,000 pounds. Like I said, it's light duty. That's what this machine is for. So don't go buy one of these machines thinking, oh, you know, I'm gonna go do that big stuff, because you're not. It's not gonna happen. And if you want to do bigger stuff, get a bigger machine. I bought this machine because I knew I was not gonna be doing anything crazy with it. It does exactly what I need it to do. Not gonna say eventually I might not get a bigger machine for bigger stuff, either trade this one in or keep it and buy another one. I don't know. But for right now, this machine does everything that I need it to do. And I recommend highly doing your research on them before you buy one. And price wise, I felt like this machine was very fair price. I paid about 42. It was either, I think it was 38 or 42. Okay, it was 42, but I got Kubota insurance and everything too with it for I think 4 years. So about 42,000 is what this machine runs if you get the Kubota insurance, but if you don't, it'll be about 38, 39, somewhere in there. So anyway, but I really recommend Kubota. Kubota is a great brand. They have great financing and really awesome stuff, and they make really good machines and products and everything, and awesome brand. So that's kind of my thoughts on this machine. That's kind of my conclusions. Have any questions or comments, leave those down below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. And I think that's about it. So appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I answered some questions for some people. Hopefully you get a better idea of the U25, what it is, what it does, and what all you can do with it. So like I said, I will have some more videos coming out with this machine later on. I got a few more jobs I'm about to go do with it this week and next week. And if you hadn't seen the earlier 2 videos that I've done on this machine, and I might have more than 2 videos, I'm not sure, but I think I remember 2. I'll link those down below. You can check those out and while you're on here and everything. And so I think that's about it. So all right guys, so I was in there editing the video, and I just remembered something very important that I forgot to tell y'all. So back about a month ago, Dad was on the excavator, and I guess he was either digging or picking up a log or something, and the pin that holds the bucket on actually snapped in half. So when that happened, we called the H&R, the dealer, H&R Agri-Power that I bought it from, and they said, yeah, we'll get you another pin because it's still under warranty and everything, brand new machine, only has 100 hours on it. So they got me a new pin. I went and picked it up today actually, and so I got the new pin in there, but I did want to tell y'all about that it broke, and I'll put a picture up here of it in just a second so you can see it. But we got a new pin in there now, all good. I'm not exactly sure. I still hadn't figured out what broke the pin or why it broke, but I did want y'all to be aware of that. I didn't want y'all to think I was holding out on you or anything if y'all found out about it, but that did happen. The pin did break. So like I said, that I don't know what caused it. We're not sure. That's one negative thing about it that you need to add to the list, is we did have a pin break on there. And also, don't know if I mentioned this either, but I did say the machine, this is the 100-hour review on it. I just picked the machine up today from H&R Agri-Power. Had a full service on it. They serviced the tracks, greased everything, changed the oil in it, changed the filter, did all that. And then I also, when I took it up there, the track was coming off. So when we were at that last landscape job, the last one that I just posted of us building that paver walkway, if you hadn't seen that video, you need to go check it out. Really good video. But anyway, some of that gravel that we had out there jumped off into the track. And so when it got in the track, when I went to roll, I guess it just popped the track off the roller on the front end. So that is one thing to be aware of. Anytime you run any kind of equipment that runs off tracks, be aware of the rocks and everything. So that's just another thing I wanted to mention. So anyway, I just want to bring those 2 things to y'all's attention because I just now thought about it when I was in here editing that I didn't mention it. And so that being said, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We did reach our 1,000 subscriber goal. Really appreciate everybody that's been watching me and subscribed. This is a huge goal for me that we reached, and I will be doing a giveaway very soon. So hopefully we can get the video out Like I said, I'm still trying to get some stuff rounded up for the giveaway. We'll get that video out soon, get you the details on how to enter the giveaway, and we'll get that going. So appreciate y'all watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all later.